tycoon that's sickening. Tire forward and spit like a typhoon to the rain. Live in the streets where the money's hunted by drainages. If it's aimless, ain't a single thing that can change it. I'm changing it. Get your dollar straight and circulate, then gang with it. Aim for your partner, pocket and pop. That's dangerous. If you ain't with it, you throwing off the vibe, and I don't got time for that. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time for. I got the boom, stuck with me. Don't come through with bad energy. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
The Jaguars at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because his feeling was good, solid performance, did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. They definitely would like to see some improvement in this week's game.
They always want improvement, don't they?
They certainly do.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Samuel going to go in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Broken tackle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. And he will find his man Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. McCaffrey not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From midfield now, Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll run with Etienne. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's Samuel, caught left side. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action here. Purdy. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Jags will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. But let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Well, that would sound a bit, but the catch is still made. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Flush to his right. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 13 yards remaining on second down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Flushed out right. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up some.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. 4th down try. Here's Purdy. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. The kick by McManus is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And now it's Valdez-Scantling on the end around. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now Purdy. Pass incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Foyesade and Milliken. And the Jags are going to have it here at their...
I've been going hard from the night into the daylight, telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been the prize, there's no need to be surprised.